Don't want to leave? Want to live at Disney World? I'll make it a realty reality. Everything from Dr. Phillips to Davenport, Claremont to Kissimmee, Winter Garden or Windermere, and Disney's own Celebration and Golden Oak. I'm Realtor Victor Nawrocki, and this is Disney at your doorstep. Hey, how are you? Well, thank you all for joining. We have 21 people watching right now, and today we are going to be talking about over 55 communities, meaning people over 55 in the Disney area. And I originally was going to start I did an article on my Facebook page, my website, that was, let me see if I can get it up here. There we go. There you'll see it. Top 10 places near Disney World. That's on my website, celebratingflorida.com. So if you go there, now if you have any questions at all, we'll talk about other subjects too if you want to. But I'm going to go through the 10 top communities. Hello. Oh, we've got a special guest. We have a special guest, Evelise. Evelise is represents as a salesperson. I've had 2 sales with Evelise. She is at the the third community that I talk about, which is Webb Sunbridge. Webb is probably one of the best known names in over 55 communities. And yes, there you are, Webb Sunbridge. And we're going to talk about that. I think I have a little video up here of one of that community. I've got so many communities. This system is new, so it doesn't allow me to label. Oh, there it is. Okay. So the first community we're going to talk about, if anybody has any questions, this is an important, we need to address this. Yes, my shirt is fantastic. Anyway. So, this is a great question. Okay. Mike is asking, as a realtor representing a buyer of new construction in a 55 plus community, are you able to negotiate the base price with the builder, or is that really set in stone? Yes and no. Pretty much they will, and it depends on when you're buying it. Okay. So, and what their needs are at the given time. I find that when they have an inventory home, while they won't adjust the price, let's say the price is $300,000 sometimes, they may give you incentives for closing costs, whether or not you use their lender. That I consider to be a really good thing to get as part of a negotiation. The thing is with me is, people will always say to me, can we negotiate this price? And I said, oh, great. Do you want to put in an offer? And I'm like, and their response is, no, I don't want to put in an offer right now. And it's like, well, have you ever tried that at a car dealership? It doesn't work. You have to be ready. So yeah, there's a little movement in certain things, maybe in options. Maybe they'll take money off the options that they're going to put in, at the design studio. Do 55 plus hold resale value? I feel like they're limiting on resales. Well, right now, honestly, there's not a lot of over 55 homes in resale available. But with the prices going up so much, for example, they have gone up on a national average 16% this past year, which is the highest increase that they've seen in many, many years. What I would say is that, yeah, they do, because you bought it at 16% less. So I'm seeing some, but also you got to remember one thing. These are communities that are smaller. There's limited availability of them. So I believe they do hold their value if they're well kept. And the ones that aren't well kept are just passed over. And then, those decrease in value. So I would say, yes, it is a good, and Evelise is agreeing that they have lots of resale value. Yes. And I agree with that. I totally agree with that. You can't, I don't think the very next year you could sell it. But I do think if you purchased it a few years ago, you would probably retain your resale value and get a little bit more back. So does anybody have any questions before I begin and start talking about some of the communities that are available? Now, I always get this question, about over 55 communities. And Evelise, you can join in on this. Not when you buy new, not both parties don't have to be over 55. You can have someone living with you who is 19 or older in your party. And then when the resale comes, when you buy resales, you have to check on the individual communities to see what their rules are. But they do have a 20-80 split. So I recently sold a home to a couple that's in their 40s. And so just so you're aware, it does happen. Jerry, if one person is over 55, yes, especially when new. Okay, Lee is asking, are there condos or villas available that are turnkey ready within 15 minutes? Yes. Oh, no. Okay, now I'm reading the rest of the question. Okay. So there are villas available that are about 15, 20 minutes to Disney. They are priced about $260 to $320, and they are villas, so they're like a townhouse, but they share one wall with the adjoining home. However, they have rental restrictions. They don't allow people to rent the units out for a period of time, generally not less than a year. And Evelise is saying at her community, 20% can be 19 to 55. So that answers Vicente's, we have the same initials, Vicente's question, that they can be a 20 to 80 split. That is what a 20 to 80 split is. And Webb Sunbridge is going to have some villas available in May. Now, there's the thing. If they have villas available in May, that means they're inventory. And inventory is where I feel I can go in and I can say, and start negotiating, saying, well, they're ready to buy. They've got their loan approved for this, but what can we get to work with them? Because an inventory home is like, it's sort of like it's a commodity, but it's not like a tomato that rots. It gets better with age. That's the best analogy I could come up with, is that it does get better with age. So you could go and say to them, listen, I know you just raised the price. Do you think you could ask your sales manager to do this, this, and this? And of course, the response is, if we do this, this, and this, are you going to sign today? And if they say no, then I'm not going to ask for you. And because nobody wants to spend their time, but they negotiating something that isn't real. So that's when you can negotiate, when it's real. But you could always say, hey, what do you think? What is done before? I ask those questions, and, Evelise has been on the other side of it. When it's new construction and they're building from dirt, well, then they have a price for this and a price for that. And I usually say, well, you can probably get maybe a little bit more on the options, on the design options, maybe a little bit more back at closing, so there are things like that can, when you're negotiating the price of the home. I've also had at certain points them, when it was new construction, say, well, we could take this off the lot premium. So maybe you have a very high lot premium, and they'll say, well, we'll take a little off there. So that's, sometimes you can negotiate that. But in this market that everything is moving so quickly, it's better to be negotiating in real time with a real offer. Okay, so we're going to talk about a couple of communities. Four Seasons at Mystic Dunes. I do love this community. I really do. I have sold in this community. I remember when this community didn't have a clubhouse, and it is probably 10 minutes to Disney World. So I'm going to show you a little excerpt of a video that I did for this community that is on my YouTube channel, which you can go to quickly at vicvid.com. You go right to my YouTube channel. Let's take a look inside right after this spiffy opening. Oh, I love my opening. 3 bedrooms there we go. In this home, and if we go off to our right, we'll see the first one. Shared bath. Now, a lot of these communities have start with at minimum of 2 bedrooms and an office space. Has a 2-car garage and a very open floor plan. So you can see this video. I won't go into too much of the video right now, but I love this community. The key selling point of this community is that it's got some really nice views because it's on a golf course. Gourmet kitchen. Okay. Let's see, we have a... Oh, well, I agree with this statement, so I have to post it. Anyway, so, there's my customers from Waterloo. Okay, so that's that community. Let's see if I think I did download a couple of prices just to give you an idea. Okay. They have, they recently sold a unit in there for $456, which was, wow, okay, that's 1,900 square feet. Another closing, they have a listed resale at 1,900 square feet for $399. So if you're interested in that community, it's about 10, 15 minutes tops to Disney World. As you know, that's what I basically sell, everything that's close to Disney World. So let's go look at the next one is Webb Orlando. Now, this community is This community is really completely sold out. I mean, there's no more new construction in there. So things are selling very swiftly, but I'm finding that there are some opportunities in there for homes that have not been upgraded. There's a lot of, people tend to, not do improvements. Sometimes the houses are, honestly, sometimes they're just dirty. So, and I love a dirty house. I absolutely love when I walk into a house that is filthy. And the reason is I know my customers are going to get a better deal just because this seller didn't want to get the floors clean, get the rugs clean, and put the $400 in that you need to have a professional cleaning. And when I see that, I go, well, this is going to be a good deal. I really have seen it a lot. So if I see lousy pictures and I get there and it's dirty, I'm like, great. They don't care. So for $400, you get a house that maybe you saved 5% on. Thank you, Sue. Thank you. Here's a good question from Judy. Are they furnished or do you bring your own? You bring your own. You bring your own furniture, definitely. So I haven't seen any that, now some of the resales will go furnished. Some of the resales will, but that's rare. That's really rare. Okay, so now Webb Orlando we went through. Webb Orlando, what's good about that is, let me see if I have anything on that community. I don't know. I don't think I do. I don't have any live streams on there because, yeah, they're all sold out. So, okay, so now Webb Sunbridge. Now I have a closing on this in about 3-4 weeks. This is a brand new community. It is in an area called Sunbridge, which is just near Lake Nona. And if you're familiar with Lake Nona, it is the happening area of Orlando. It's as happening as where I am, Horizon West. But I'd say you're 35 minutes to Disney, 45 minutes to Disney, and about the same to Melbourne. So let's see. I think I have a little video here that I could add to the stream. Which is a great home, 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. This is the Renown model. An extra garage for your golf cart. There we go. So this is the Renown model. Now the base price of a Renown is $477, and thank you, Evelise, for sending me this document. I really appreciate it. Attached bath, great for your guests. Always remember one thing when you're buying a new construction home, that the price that they're going to quote you for the model does not include your options, which you can see there's a door right there. That may be an option. Options for more. Here's a nice study area. It depends on the model. You may look at, they're offering granite, but you want to upgrade to quartz. So those options. Also, don't forget that you also will be paying extra for what type of view you want. Set up as a gourmet kitchen. So the lot premium. But this is a beautiful model, this Renown. Go around here. We have second bedroom that we're seeing. And this also has its own full bath. This one's shown with a step-in shower. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next room. Properties now. If you have any questions, Evelise is saying this is a 3-bed. Yeah, this is a 3-car garage home. And, you may go, oh my God, I'm retired. Why do I need 3 cars? Well, um, a lot of people will have golf carts just to go around the community in a golf cart rather than a whole car. So that's why you would have a 3-car garage. So, but those are beautiful homes. Del Webb is a division of Pulte, and they're a very fine builder. I don't have problems when I sell those homes. Okay, so Evelise, do you have any comments on there? Each bedroom has its, oh, this is good. Evelise is telling me that each bedroom that you saw has its own private bathroom. So that is a great feature. Storage. Storage that's another reason why you would want a 3-car garage. When you have a single story home, your storage is really limited to, it's limited because you don't have anything under the stairs. And we don't put stuff in our attic unless we want it to melt. So, so that's another reason why you would want a 3-car garage. Good point. What are the busy months to be looking at homes in Florida? I'm going to say 2 things about that. I find that between November and December, people slow down a bit. And then January, February, they pick up. Now, I tell that to people all the time that January, try to get in before the end of the year, before the end of the fiscal year. Fiscal years are very important to builders. They like to get all the money in so that they can count their money. Yay! But the end of the year, people start thinking, oh, after the holidays. And I will tell that to people, try to do it before the end of, the end of the year. Try to do it before, try to do it in December. Get your offer in at least. And sure enough, they'll say, absolutely, we'll do it in January. And I'm like, oh. Well, the problem is the competition gets really stiff in January and February. Now, this time of year, this coming up, May is a slow time for Disney. So it's generally a slow time for buying here too. So I would consider that too. It's a slower time. So anyway, this is a community that I like. This is Providence. Now, Providence is not an over 55 community. Okay. It's a regular gated community, but it has a lot of the features that an over 55 community has. And just going to show you real quick this little video, because one of the builders there has a model that's becoming very popular, and I think we're going to be seeing it a lot more. And it's what they call a next generation home. And I've sold a couple of these, and I really like them. What they have is they have the main home, but then off to the side, there's a door to another living room and another bedroom with an efficiency unit. And that's at this community, and that's at Winding Bay. Has those as well. And another builder is coming up with them, but they're not in this area yet. So I've been getting some emails about it, but I keep going, it's not in this area yet. So Alyssa and Neil are saying that they're very glad we have a 3-car garage because shelves for storage are a necessity. I always say what you do is just get those boxes that close up real tight so you don't get any lizards in your stuff. And the other thing that I did on my house was I insulated actually, I had someone do it for me because but he did a great job. Oh my gosh, he did such a great job. he insulated my door. Now my garage doesn't get hot, because sometimes when the sun beats on your garage door, it will ruin anything in your garage. So you just insulate the garage door. Okay, so now we're going to look at this model in Providence.
Entrances. That's because you more about in another video, but let's go look at this Freedom model right after this spiffy opening. Come on.
Okay, so this is the introduction to show you about this model.
You may be thinking, why is there two entrances? That's because this Freedom model has its own efficiency unit where you could have maybe a senior or a newly married couple who want their own privacy living with you, but having, again, their own privacy. So let's go through the main door. Come on.
Okay, so it's obviously
now as you enter the home, there is a wide entrance, and the kitchen area. I love
the way this kitchen is designed. Look at this.
Because you see out
I love this.
to the entire home. You've got a kitchen nook right here. And over here,
now watch this. Then we'll cut after this.
This
is the efficiency unit. So there's two builders doing this. This one is a very affordable builder.
So,
but you know, you have to find the right lot for it and build it. They don't have any inventory at this time. Room.
Here's the entry I was talking about. And look what this includes. Now, I earlier showed another unit similar to this, but it didn't have a refrigerator and it didn't have a dishwasher. It was just sort of a modified version of this.
Yeah, it had a
in
sink.
Another community. But this has a dishwasher, a full refrigerator,
a sink, and a microwave. So okay, so that is the Freedom model in Providence. And again, that's not an over 55 community, but it is it does lend itself by being not strictly over 55. You know, some people, you know, they want, you know, a more diverse community. Okay, so does Windermere have a town center? Well, two things. One, there are no over 55 communities in Windermere that I know of. I think there's like a very older condo community. And it does have a modified town center. It's I think it's called Main Street, and it's very cute. There is but there's not a lot of restaurants there. And you would think it would be all like at eateries because it's right at the base of Keens Point and near Islesworth. You'd think there'd be a lot more, but the thing is, I would learn that due to they can't get sewage rights and stuff to put in more restaurants. So, but it is it's a cute little walking area. I think they have a liquor store. They have the police department. Very, very cute. And they have this one little ice cream shop that's adorable. So anyway, okay. So Heritage Hills. Okay, Heritage Hills. I have a lot of videos on my, let me see, what's this? Oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, that's an interesting video. Anyway, so I can't label these with the individual names. Heritage Hills is also an established, sold out community. Let me see if I downloaded any prices here to give you an idea of what they're going for. Some were a little difficult for me to get. Anyway, so they're about in the 300s and 400s in Heritage Hills. So, but they also have villas. They're about 30 minutes from Disney. It's got some nice views because Claremont is hilly. So there's, you know, Claremont, you know, it's one thing we don't get here in Florida is hills. Everything's flat. But Claremont has some beautiful views. and they have a winery. So they grow their own grapes and they make little wine and olives and things like that. Thank you. Anyway, so Heritage Hills, and that's a sold out community. It was built by Lennar, but it is 30 minutes from Disney. And if you want to be, most of my customers want to be under 20 minutes to Disney. So now the Gatherings is the only condo community that I have that I know of, and it's brand new, and it's in Lake Nona. So I'm going to be posting some videos about it soon, but it's a really nicely done community, and it's right at the doorstep of Lake Nona. So you could virtually walk to some of the shopping that's in the area. So it's very nice. I'll show you a little bit of video on that one. This is their video. It's not mine. So that's why it's not as good as mine. Really nice views. And you're talking about starting at 300 and probably going to 350 or more for a condo. 2 to 3 bedrooms. You'd think they would power wash that area before they did this video. That's the community center. That's bocce ball. So that's good features, and I'm going to be posting the videos of the individual unit. Yeah, this is pricey. Well, yeah, like I quoted, actually $298 to $374 right now for this. Very nice, beautiful inside, and I love the corner units. They have a lot of character to them. Alyssa and Neil are saying that prices go up after January. I would agree. I would agree with that. I've seen that a lot. But you know what? I've been seeing a lot of every month. And each time there's a new phase, the prices go up. So it's, anyway, so what are you going to do? Let's see. Sorry, I have to, okay. Winding Bay. Okay, so I think this is the video for Is this? I can't label these videos.
Okay, entry garage.
No, that's not it. That's not it. And that's not it. Okay, so forget it. Okay. I don't know where Winding Bay is. So Winding Bay is another community that I'm just learning this new program. They just put this feature in of adding videos, but you can't label them. So all I'm looking at is the individual pictures. So Winding Bay is another community that has the Freedom models, next generations. This community, though, is probably 10 minutes to Disney tops. So it's really, really, close. So, but you're going to be looking at prices in the high 3s to 5s or 6s. Mobile home parks and RV parks. There are actually a lot of these available in the area. So, and I can get, I get customers who are very interested in that. So I'm going to just put that on the screen right now. So something like this, it's a 2-bedroom, $80,000. And that's what, like earlier we were talking about snowbirds. This is perfect for someone like that. Just perfect. Their taxes there are less than $1,000. I think that's exceptional. So if that's what you're interested in, those are also available. And there's several of those communities around. Now, some of those communities also have some smaller block construction homes, which are very nice. I mean, I've sold a couple of those too. So, okay, Sola Vida. Now, Sola Vida is 45 minutes to Disney. They will tell you it's 30, but it's not. It's 45 minutes to Disney because you have to spend 10 minutes just getting out of the community. It's so large. So I think one of the pros and the con of Sola Vida is the same thing. It's so big. Now, some people that doesn't matter to them because they want the 150 square foot of community center, 150,000 square foot community center. And some people don't want that congestion. They really want to get to know people. And if there's so many people, they can't know them all. So it is a huge community, but it's beautifully designed. And it is it's got 24-hour gates, 2 golf courses. It's even got a pharmacy in there and a bank. I mean, I think it's outstanding that they have, and so many features, so many classes. And that's the benefit of it being so large, is you've got such diversity. So I'm going to show a little video of the community. Well, this one doesn't have any sound. There's the gate. Look at that. That's outstanding. That's the community center right there. They also have a pizza restaurant right to the right of the screen. They have 2 golf courses. They're pointing to stuff at the top that's nearby, and I'm like, no, it's not. That's not there. But these are beautiful, well-made homes. And there's resales in there. And the resales, I think I pulled up a couple of resales. Just to give you an idea. One of my associates just sold one under 3. I sold one. I sold a house there that was under 2. It was a resale. It needed work. But that's, like I said, that's where you get the deal. If you can do the work yourself, you may, okay, what area is this in? Sola Vida, if you're talking about Sola Vida. If you're talking about Sola Vida is in Point Siena. That's a section of Kissimmee. So community, I hope Evelise is here. Community center owned by the HOA or privately owned. Most definitely owned by the community itself, run by the HOA. Oh, okay. So Kim pulled into Sola Vida to see if they could check out the community and was promptly asked to leave. No, you don't do that. You say, I wanted to check with the sales office. They never turn people away who are thinking of buying. If you just say, I'm going in, when I go in there, even if I'm not going to the sales office, I just say, I'm going to the sales office. If I say, I'm checking on my customer's home that's being built, I'm flipping out all the IDs, and I'm going, okay. I just say, no, I'm going to the sales office. Yeah. And that's it. But it is, yes. One thing is Kim is saying, good to know they take their job seriously. Yeah. But if you say you're going to the sales office, but now because of COVID, they're a little bit more stricter on appointments, making an appointment with the office. Okay. Yes, Point Siena is south of Disney World. There's two real main ways to get there from Disney World. One is the old Point Siena Parkway. I haven't driven in it in years because the Point Siena Drive, let's call it, and then there's Point Siena Parkway. And they take the Point Siena Parkway is new, only about 2 years old, but it's still, even though you zip through and they charge you $2, you still have to get on surface streets, and those surface streets bring you up to where Providence is. So it takes you 20 minutes to get to where Providence is, and Providence is 25 minutes to Disney World. So the reason I mention how far away it is to Disney World, the people who live here, we want to go, on the spur of the moment. We want to go for an hour, maybe just walk through Disney Springs. Well, if it's 45 minutes away, that's not something you're going to do. You're going to have to make it a day trip. So it's just something to think about. Okay. Palms at Serenoa. Now, I know I uploaded a video of this because I have 1, 2, 3 sales pending in the Palms at Serenoa. Let me see. I know it's in here somewhere. Let me just
here's one. It's big enough. Tour Victor Nawrocki.
That's it.
Here at the Palms at Serenoa to show you the Del Rey model right after this spiffy opening. Let's go look.
I'm always making it when I open. It's so good. Spiffy.
Now, as you enter the Del Rey, one of the things I like about this model, and I always mention it when I see it, is the wide hallway. But you have 2 bedrooms.
I gotta tell you, I love seeing wide hallways because
big enough to fit 2 twin beds.
I have seen so many that I just think are inferior designs.
You have
especially when you have the risk that one of these people may be in a wheelchair one day,
bedroom,
or maybe a little bit immobile.
And that's a queen size bed.
It's something that you really need in an over
2 nightstands,
just in case.
So it's a good size room, larger closet with double doors. Now, as we walk over here, I'm going to see another bedroom. Now here it's
this is a great model because you have the office space, which can also be a bedroom, and
set up as a study, art studio, Nana's art class. I love that. That's so cute. But it's a good size room. It's a decent size room for a kid and a great size room for an office. And here is the laundry room. Then we're going to step around here. And obviously this is an open floor plan.
Mike's got a very good question, and I'm going to be answering it shortly.
To have. You have your dining area right there. Also a kitchen nook. And then you have this great, open kitchen with a corner pantry. Now, one of the things I like about this builder
is
that they have packages on their upgrades. And that helps you reduce the questions.
There we go. That's exactly what Mike's question is about. Okay. So Mike is saying, can we share the option packages are like at Palms and the price ranges? Okay. I'm just going to say it's about $16,000. Now, anybody who has ever bought a house before knows that they will, as one of my customers said, many of the builders nickel and dime you, and that's what happened with my home. It was like, oh, you want this carpet or you want this level carpet and this level carpet and this level carpet. And then they went, oh, you want this type of trim or this type of trim and then this type of trim. And they kept upselling. Now, I'm very happy with what I got. But on the other hand, if they had said, this is it. This is the package. And then this is what they do. So they'll say to you, these are the color configurations. Which one do you like? And like one of my recent customers picked 16, and we went out and looked for a house that was being built with number 16. So for $16,000, they got the white cabinets, they got the brown floors, they got a white countertop, and it was all chosen for them. Now, did it allow you to have your own individuality? No. Your neighbor's going to come into your house and go, oh, you picked number 16. We got number 11. What are you going to do? You just saved a lot of money. So I'd be happy with it. So I like that they do that because I just think it's just so, it's just such a way of, reducing your costs. Honestly, there's no other way to say it. So anybody else have any questions? Oh, I'm going to put that up. So if you have any more questions, I want to talk to you about my last community. And then I want to tell you what I'm doing on Saturday. Saturday is going to be very good for me. Going to be a good day. So we can watch a little bit more of this video.
And struggle of picking what you want, but also helps you reduce the price as well. You know, a lot of my customers tell me that when they go to builders, they end up being nickeled and dimed all the way through. That won't happen here.
Okay, so what I like about all these models is they do have covered lanais, and it's very easy to just screen these in. And they also have options where you could, one of the options that they have, that you could screen in the lanai, and that's very good. Well, also you could do a bird cage, which means it comes out and it is screened in. Does Palms have natural gas? I see a tour video. It looks like electric stove. I hate to tell you, I can't remember. Let's go back.
Also, very large.
All right, let's see. Electric.
Pantry.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things I like about this builder is that they have packages on their upgrades.
I have natural gas.
And that helps you.
And I got to tell you,
questions.
I might switch it out at one time.
What you want.
I figure when I hit 70 and I'm wearing my bathrobe and it's getting into the flames.
A lot of my customers tell me that when they go to builders, they end up being nickeled and dimed. Like about this model, it has 2 step-in closets.
That's a great feature.
That's a little smaller one, and this is the bigger one. Terrific.
So this is a very nice size main suite.
So now out on the lanai, obviously they've put in a pool for display on this model, but you've got a very nice size covered lanai, and you can eventually put in a nice outdoor kitchen.
Yeah. So anybody have any questions about that? So, okay, the last community I want to talk to you about, and we've gone for almost an hour, so I got one more community I want to talk to you about. And I am super, super excited about this community. I really am. And it's weird because this is in an area that I used to drive through to get to Disney. And when I lived in Davenport, when I first got here, and I would drive down this road that was, it wasn't even paved. And now all of a sudden, it's like a whole new world. I mean, now it's blocked off. You can't go through there, but it's literally 2 minutes to Disney World. And it's being designed by the same community that's built Sunbridge and Webb Orlando. It is, I haven't seen any, plat maps or anything like that of the community, but I do know it's going to have a terrific community center with views of the fireworks. Very excited about that. It's going to have like a little tavern, but they haven't announced how many homes are going to be in there. I don't know. They're calling it more of a boutique community. So I'd be very interested in seeing what the HOA fees are on a boutique community, because everybody shares the responsibility of paying for all the features. I'd like to see, I'd really be interested in what those HOA fees are. But I'm going to show you where it is right now.
We're going to turn.
There we go. Sorry. Okay, there we go.
Where is the Oasis by Webb? Well, it's going to be right here. And if you're looking for an over 55 community, just minutes from Disney World, well, let me tell you, you cannot be closer than where this community will be. And I want to prove it to you. Let's get in my car and show you how you would drive to Disney World.
Obviously, I like Andy's room.
And now let's head out of your community. We're going to turn onto Flamingo Crossing. We go up to this corner right here.
This is where the new dorms for the Disney interns is going to be, the college program. So on the right and left. And if you look over to the left, you're going to see the new Flamingo Crossing.
To my left is where Flamingo Crossing, a great shopping and restaurant plaza, is being created.
I really should have combed my hair that day.
Right outside your door. And at
if you're familiar with Western Way,
we're turning onto Western Way. We turn right and we go. I'm laughing.
You're going to be astounded when you see how close this is.
Disney World directly in front of me, and I have not gone 1 full mile yet.
So when people ask me what's the closest to Disney World, this is always going to be my answer. Honestly, I don't imagine how they could do anything closer unless they built another Golden Oak.
And here we are at Disney World at 1 mile. And this is the entrance to Disney World. So if you want to live close to Disney World in this community, visit my website, disneyatyourdoorstep.com.
Okay, so there you are. That can't be closer. You're less than 2 miles away. If you continued down that road, you would end up at Coronado Springs. Now, at Coronado Springs, that's Lake Buena Vista Drive, you could turn right and go right to Animal Kingdom, or you could turn left and go to all the parks. Closest one would be Hollywood Studios, then Epcot, and then Magic Kingdom. So right there at your fingertips. So Mary's saying, wow, that's close. It is the closest. Winding Bay is just a little further more. There's a couple of MI Homes is probably just another mile away. So there's a lot of builders in that area. Waterloo is one of my favorite communities because I've sold so many in there. And sold 3 homes in that community. In fact, that builder I sold more than any other builder. So I cannot wait for that to open up. Because I really can't wait for it to open up. That's going to be in like the fall. So it's, I'm sure they're developing a waiting list right now. They have introduced what models are going to be listed selling, but they haven't introduced. Neil is saying that's opposite where they live. Yeah, you live north of Western Way. This is a little south of Western Way. So it's just a few minutes, that's just a couple minutes from Disney, but there's a lot of communities right there. What's funny is, and I always say this, and I repeat myself a lot with it, is that people don't know what's outside the gates of Disney World. So sometimes they're only familiar with International Drive and sections of Kissimmee on the 192, and maybe that's not right for them. So will a Californian like living in Florida? Well, I consider myself a Californian, Mr. McCracken. So yes, it's a little humid here, but it's fun. So anyways, so now what else have I been doing? Okay, Saturday, if you're familiar with Resort TV 1, I'm going to be on at 3:00 talking about the Waterlea community. They do, Destra, they do have a website, and I would love you to go to it. I can send it to you. They don't have anything that I can send. I can send you something. Send me your email address to celebratingflorida@gmail.com. Celebratingflorida@gmail.com. I'll send you the link to what they have up. They have not assigned a sales manager yet. So that means they're not really selling yet. They have to get the plat map first. And from what I understand, they're not an inventory builder. What that means is an inventory builder says, we've got this lot and we're building this model on it. And they pull a permit, and hopefully someone buys it before the model's finished. A custom builder just says, what do you want to put on this lot? You could put these models on it. And so I don't know what if they're going to do some inventory homes. The reason they do inventory homes is to keep the process moving, so that if they only sell 5 and they want to build 10, they can do it. So that's really anyway. So I'm sorry. Sometimes I get a little off center when I'm trying to do the messages and this. So Lee is saying, are there teaching jobs availability in the Disney area? And I'm saying that we are growing so quickly, and there seems to be a new school every year. There's a new high school opening up in September, right around the corner from me. There's 2 new grade schools opening up, and that's just in Winter Garden. So Davenport has a new high school opening up soon. There's so many people moving here, and all of them have kids. So yes, I believe there will definitely be some new teaching jobs here. Absolutely. So anyway, so I am going to be live on Resort TV 1, if you're familiar with it. A lot of you found me through Resort TV 1. So please, I will, I'll post the link to my Facebook page as well, so you could see the video after it's done, but you may be able to watch the broadcast from there too. So if you have any other questions, we've gone for an hour. It's the first time I've been able to keep it under an hour. I really appreciate all your questions that you've had, for this presentation. Definitely appreciate it. So anyone else want to talk about anything? The community that I'm going to show you on is not an over 55 community, but on Saturday, I really like them for a lot of different reasons, but one of the main reasons, Mary, yes, good. Well, I'll be there on Saturday on Resort TV 1. Do I have a favorite builder? That's a very good question. When I think about my builders, sometimes I get a little misty. No, anyway, so I would say my favorite builder is actually K. Havnanian. And that's because I like their designs. I just feel like when you walk into their homes, you just feel like there was an extra little bit of attention to the model to put some character in them. So I've always liked them. MI Homes I like because they use, in their block construction on the first floor, they spray foam into the blocks, and they're the only one that does that. Okay, Meritage Homes, they have block, and then on the second floor and the roof, they use spray foam insulation. And obviously, spray foam insulation reduces your energy costs. And then there's DR Horton. Now, what's great about DR Horton here in Central Florida is they are the only ones that build block on block construction, but they don't fill it with foam. So it's sort of like a give and take. Which one do you want? Do you want if you're buying a single story home, it doesn't matter if they do block on block. But if you're buying a 2-story, the block on block really helps. My buyer who bought a 2-story block on block, he's a trumpet player, and I will guarantee you that they don't hear him next door when he's practicing, because you got your double pane windows and you got your block on block. So I think that is definitely a great feature. Now, everybody has their own the attributes and things that they put in to homes, and unfortunately, the builder I built with is not my favorite builder. I like this lot, but I don't think there's anything wrong with my design or anything. I wish there was a little bit better insulation or something like that. But it's all a give and take. It's all a give and take. But that's a great question. Any builders do poured concrete? I have not seen that. Now, what they do on the first level is everybody has block construction. I mean, I have not seen any wood frame houses built since Celebration. So they do block construction on the bottom, and then they fill the first 2 blocks with cement. After that, I have heard that you can put spray foam insulation in there. Now, Alyssa and Neil, who own in a block on block construction, are saying their house is like a fortress. Is it standard for builders to build smart homes? Boy, I wish it was. Smart home means you're all wired. Your doors are you're all wired and ready for monitoring of your front door, your 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 heater and all that, your temperature monitors, thermometer. What do you call that thing? Anyway, so but like I said, my home didn't come with that, and I just love when I see it. But yes, most builders are doing that. Mine didn't. I had to pay, and you forget about these things when you're all excited in the building process. You forget that these are things going to cost you money later on if they don't have them. But I was taken by the lot, and I wanted that lot. So I wasn't looking at anything like that. But it's important that you do. A lot of the over 55 communities that I've showed you include a camera doorbell, like a Ring doorbell. And they'll include, one of the things that I really like is this My Cue that my house came with. And it's on your garage door. And if you leave your garage door open for more than like 15 minutes, you get a text that says, your garage was open for more than 15 minutes. And I could go, like once I was at Disney and I looked at the text and I went, oh crap. And I was able to close the garage door from Disney World. That was special. And now I did get wired for everything, so I could attach the eventually the security system to it. And I'm going to do that. Right now I have a baseball bat. Oh, Hanover Builders, Hanover Family Builders. I have been impressed with the staff at Hanover Builders. I'm also impressed with the price points of Hanover Builders. I think they do a very good job. They have is the Arlington my customer bought, or it's a first floor master and then a huge upper area. They have great designs there. Is that that's Dream Home Finders. Sorry. Hanover Builders I like the way they build. And I will tell you, I can kind of tell when a builder's not that great. When I walk in to the home and and it's like first thing in the morning and they haven't cleaned the floors. And that seems ridiculous. But the level of garbage that ends up, I can't imagine you being able to do a good job when you've got all these bits and pieces of the people who were working there yesterday, trimmed wire, broken light bulbs and stuff like that. And I've seen the worst of it. My house was the worst during construction. Still, I'm very happy with it. So, Alyssa Neal's saying, yes, their home came with a smart home. Does it have the Sky Bell too? I think it does, right? They usually install that a couple of days later. So now mine had some features that I didn't even realize were coming. Like it had a on-demand gas water heater. So I really like that. I mean, that's been really, I don't like the idea of water being heated when all day long when you only use it once, so this, will save you a little electricity bill. My electricity bills, and house is twice the size of my old wood frame house. My electricity bills are half of what they were there. That's not a barometer of what you're going to get, but so anybody else have any questions? I'm trying to get better at this, but it's kind of hard to jump around and I see the questions come in and I want to answer them right away. And so, but it's interesting. This system that I'm using is improving a lot. I'm going to try to do it a little bit more often. I can't wait until the fireworks start again, because then you'll be seeing me frequently. Just playing the fireworks. I love doing that. And I'm hoping that the fireworks at Disney start by the 50th anniversary. And I hope everybody's being safe out there. Take precautions, because there are people who are getting this, and it's very, I have heard of a lot of people, and I just want everybody to be safe. So, and we should do that all the time. So if you have any more questions, you can ask. Let me see. I got that. Da, da, da. It's all about the fireworks. It is all about the fireworks. It is. You know what? It absolutely is. I love the fireworks. Swimming pool, yay or nay? Okay, I'm going to tell you about swimming pools. Okay. The only person that can tell you if you buy a resale home, the only way you can know if you could put a swimming pool in the back is if you have a survey and you ask a pool company and they really come out and design it. But that's what I like about new construction. They can say, yeah, we've left room for a pool. There's no problem with putting a pool there. And sometimes you can do it when you build. You can have the builder put in the pool. The drawback of that is if you pay $70,000 for your pool, let's say it's a really nice one. And if it is, invite me over. But let's say you that goes on the price that you paid for the home, which is then on your taxes. So it might be better to do it later, because the builder is going to take a commission off of that. So I say you might want to do it later, but it's really nice to have it done when the house is done. So it's a give and take that you have to decide. Yes, I really do look forward to the fireworks. I mean, I see them from my back of my house, and when I saw that view, I was sold. I was sold. And, I did what I tell my customers not to do, which is to make it a little bit too much emotional, but it was very emotional purchase for me. What area has the better taxes? They're all slightly different, but it's only slightly. It really is. So I wouldn't buy a house based on the taxes, because the taxes are based on the price of the home times 1.5%, 1.5% or 1.7%. So if you're if you're thinking of getting a home in a different area, simply because the taxes are slightly lower, you're not talking about hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You're talking about a small percentage. And honestly, the places with the higher taxes are a little bit better and nicer to live in. I'm just going to say that. I don't like to anyway. So good evening. How are the taxes in Claremont? Claremont's slightly lower. Claremont is slightly lower. And I think you get the bang for your buck in Claremont. I love Claremont. What's good about Claremont is they've got all the shopping that you need. What's bad about Claremont, there's really only one road in and out, and that's Highway 27. That's a problem. Who knows? Never has been a problem, but if there's an accident and they have to block the whole thing off, there's no way out, really. It's got it. You can go north, you can go south. That's it. Now they are opening up a road which is going to connect to Disney World, and that's going to ease some of the traffic that's there. Not that there's a lot. But I think it will. It certainly it's certainly a better price opportunity there. Taxes in this area are fair compared to New York. Well, New York, in New York, I think they include taking off a body part too. I mean, when I hear the taxes, it was funny. I was driving in the golf cart one day with one of my customers from New York, and they said to the builder, "How much do you estimate these taxes are going to be?" Because I don't like to estimate taxes. I'll let someone else do it because I don't want to be responsible. Anyway, but she said, "Oh, it should be about 4,000." And he goes, 4,000 per what? And she goes, 4,000 per year. And we don't have state taxes here. And also you can homestead here. Homesteading means you take your primary residence and you tell the state that this is your primary residence. You actually tell the county, but this is your primary residence. And they reduce your taxes by the value of about $50,000. And then you're taxed on that. And they cannot raise it in large amounts. I think that no more than 3%. But since I've been here, my taxes haven't gone up at all. Yes, CC saying if you pay $700,000 for a Florida house, it will go over 10K with HOA fees, etc. I could see that. Yes. That's something you don't have in some communities. You don't have HOA fees, but you also don't have a gate. You also don't have a community pool. You may not have parks right there at your, I grew up in a regular community, but there was no park in immediate walking distance. So there's a give and take on that, So, and isn't it better to have a dog park rather than everybody's walking their dogs, without cleaning them up on the street? So it's a give and take. I mean, I went with a community that had very reasonable HOA fees at $78 a month. Now, I do say that if you've got a large family or you're going to have a lot of people coming to visit you, then all that family is going to be using the community center. And you're just paying one fee. So if you got 4 kids, these people, that is fantastic. You're all going to be using this community center. Great. But when you're one person, not so great. I've been here a year. I haven't used that pool. I was in Celebration. I hate to admit this, but I was in Celebration, which had 5 pools and one was heated. And I never went once, and you go, wow, it's just not something I want to do is hang out by the pool, unless it was my own. I would love my own private pool, but I don't want to maintain one again. Yes. Elisa Neal is saying, pool. Yeah. Alyssa and Neal's community is a rarity. Most of them don't include lawn care unless it's a townhome. And theirs includes a pool, a gym, and lawn maintenance. Now, if you're someone who, I used the gym at the community center, but nothing else. If you're going to use those things, terrific. And if you want to cut your own lawn, well, then that's not the right community for you. I do not want to do that. So anyway, just going to ask if there's any more questions, anything else you want to know about. Anything else? I've really enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun. It's nice to have an agenda when I do these. So, when I post an article, if you go to my website, celebratingflorida.com, I have a blog there. Just click on the blog. You'll also find me at disneyatyourdoorstep.com. That's the annoying thing at the bottom of the screen. You can go there at any time and just, there's, and find all my links, any way to reach me, my email address, my Facebook page, my YouTube channel, some of the outstanding videos that I've done. You may find them there too. And, if you really want to be entertained, go watch an old Carol Burnett show. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate it. I always say, this is what I always say, I will talk to you about any home. I will talk to you about any community. I will exchange emails with you. But if you are going to get in my car or we're going to go driving around, we really have to be serious and you have to be signed with me. Just want that to be known. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, email me. That's at disneyatyourdoorstep.com is my email address is there, and you can reach me there. Thank you so much. And I'm going to be closing out.
Making the dream of a Disney lifestyle a reality. I'm Victor Nawrocki. Contact me on Facebook at Nawrocki Realtor or my website, celebratingflorida.com. Thanks for watching Disney at Your Doorstep.